Hundreds of telegrams also arrive daily for Team Canada. Vital messages of support from everyone at home.
They were pasted all around the dressing rooms and in the hallways. That alone was enough to get us going.
The Canadian fans discover the Soviets have reassigned their seats at Luzhniki, dispersing them into smaller groups as if they would be easier to conquer if divided. When the 6th game begins, it is apparent little is left of the friendly series. The hockey is on its way to another dimension. The problem, though, is it could jeopardize everything.
Roughneck, Greg. You have to Peter in red, Rod.
Fever, this game is reaching a fever pitch, and they're really hitting each other hard. Tempers are flaring at every opportunity.
Fear is familiar to each team now, but anarchy and loss of control could be disastrous for both.
There were 1,000 scary moments in that tournament, and in fact, every time they dropped the puck, it was somewhat scary. It's a pretty good team we were playing.
His team is down by a goal. This is the moment to turn it around.
The shot hits the defenseman. Another chance for Gilbert. Shot by not. Another one. Score! Shoot it out. Tied it up. Patel. Here's Stapleton getting it away. Back to the net. Barrett. And he scores! Maguire. Got it in from Red Bear. Now then Canada coming up. It's score!
Passion transforms like an invisible energy. The Canadian players feel it and have responded with an absolute team effort. The Soviets are denied such support. Freedom of expression to the same extent is disallowed here.
Запрещалось выражать свои эмоции, свою любовь там к команде, какие-то жесты, жестикуляции. Это все запрещалось.
Valery Harlamov is one Soviet who plays with an attitude familiar to the Canadians. Bobby Clarke knows his potent skill and feisty manner all too well. The clash was destined to happen. The moment of infamy begins with the assistant coach.
I called Bobby over to the bench and I just said, Bobby, this guy is killing us. Bobby did give him a little slash over the ankle and slowed him up.
I kind of hunted him down and gave him a whack across the ankle. And, I guess I don't know if it broke his ankle, it hurt it anyway. And it was something that was done during the heat of battle, and I did it.
The Soviet bench seems dazed and confused, especially in seeing Harlamov go to the Canadian side for a few more words. This level of aggression is new territory for them.
But they're cooling them out, but there'll be penalties as a result of that. Harlamov comes over to the Soviet bench and seems to be rather exhausted from whatever check he took.
Hockey, especially when played against Canadians, is rarely won on skill alone. Canada has something the Soviets don't.
They couldn't match our intensity. That's the only thing they couldn't match. Skill-wise, everything else they could match it, but not the emotion and not the intensity.
When the referees begin favoring the Soviets on discretionary calls, it further incenses the Canadian bench, further entrenching the us and them divide, further uniting Team Canada.
And this game is building up. I hope there are no incidents in this game, but they're certainly threatening. And he's going to be gone, I'm sure, for 5 minutes on a major penalty for cutting Alexander Radulov. And the very shrill whistles that just ring in this rink, they just about feel like someone's driving a nail into your head.
The referees are the same pair who officiated the Sweden game, Bader and Kompala. Tactically using their influence to push Team Canada closer to the edge, Their target is Esposito, who they believe will lose control if repeatedly provoked.
He was a very emotional man, and he reached inside himself and I think drew on every resource he had, physically and mentally, and brought that team together, and it was Esposito dragging this team to great heights.
Although impulsive, the extremes of Esposito's emotions are intended as much for his teammates as they are for the Soviets. Having everyone rally against the enemy is certain to strengthen the bond, but control is key.
Obviously, I didn't control it. This game is a game of emotion, and, you know, if we produce robots who show total coolness and discipline under all conditions and all situations, I don't know if you've got a suitable team or not.
The only suitable option for the Soviets is absolute control. Tonight, it escapes them. The series is not decided with this game, but will be determined by what's to follow. Team Canada's belief in itself hits a new high.
They're in a frenzy, as well as the fans. They're grabbing each other, hugging each other, while the sold-out Soviets are standing by. And now they are going ahead and having these beautiful dances.
Being boxed in did not sit well with the Canadians. The realization leads to self-discovery.
When you find that box that you've never been in before, you get tested the way you've never been tested before, and things happen that you've never experienced before, and you don't know what's going to occur out of it.